Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So I wanted to share a few things with you guys. Some things that came out during meditation and I want to share it with you. Right, so what came out during meditation was a lot. But I do have a new message, and it's in regards to the shadow. When we face hardships in life, it's important to push the shadow aside. Fear comes when shadow... Shoot. Fear comes from shadow. The shadow will stop integration and transformation if you allow it to. Okay? A lot of people can't handle clearing out the shadow. It's hard to do. And that's okay. You can deal with your shadow how and when you want. So I'm going to reread this. When we face hardships in life, it's important to push the shadow aside. Fear comes from shadow. The shadow will stop transformation if you allow it to. Okay? Shadow is what shadow does, right? Right. And during meditation, I was seeing the color red. The color red is a passionate color. It also represents security and sexuality. It ignites the flame within, creating a warming and activating sensation. It can help increase circulation. I'll lower that down, it was too loud. So we all need circulation, and the color red helps do that. And it also supports menstruation. So like, if you're not feeling well, you're having a lot of cramping, the color red is a very soothing and passionate color to wear when you're on your cycle, okay? And it also helps in ovulation. So if you want to get pregnant and stimulate your sexual drive, you need to wear red. Red lingerie, red underwear, red bedding, just everything red. And that's going to stimulate your sex drive. And yeah, so if you want a baby, that's the way to do it. All right. So that came out, the color red, and also stay grounded. Earth's elements. And what are the Earth's elements? There's nature. You can go for a hike. You can go camping. All these things help you stay grounded. Go for a walk in nature. Okay, then there's the water element. You could take a nice bath, soak your feet, go for a swim. All these things help ground you. And then there's the air element. You can get out if you have a balcony, or go for a walk. Take a deep breath. Take deep breath. Practice deep breathing when you're out in the air. Inhale deep in, exhale slowly. And that helps relieve stuck energy within the body. And then also fire, because fire is an element too to staying grounded. And how we use fire is, if there's a lot of emotions going on within the body, maybe people have been projecting a lot of their own, whether it be traumas or emotions or feelings or or just in general what they're feeling inside, what you can do is write that on a piece of paper and burn it. That is an element of fire. Fire dissolves negative energy. So those are all the ways that you can ground yourself. And also just working on your inner psyche is a good way to get things out of the body, and you can also burn it. Okay, so those are the ways to stay grounded. Earth's element, and that is nature, water, air, and fire. Okay, if you are an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire works for you. You can even start a fire in your backyard, like a pit, and stand around it at night, not too late at night, but just, get that fire element going. If you are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, you go well with the element of earth. So hiking, camping, walking, anything that has to do with earth, even fishing. And then if you are a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, of course, the element of water is great for you. Getting out, just being in the ocean, too, is really good for the lungs. Also taking a bath, just what I mentioned earlier. So water element is good for those types of people. Also air, it would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You need that air. Deep breathing. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up. We also talked about red and how it stimulates circulation, sexual drive. It's a very passionate color. It's also the first chakra in the root chakra. It supports menstruation, ovulation, and all that good stuff. And the next card I got was, I always put my meditations on cards. It's just what I do. Do not be consumed by your thoughts. Okay? That's just what I was picking up on. And it wasn't basically for me. I already know how thoughts are how they're controlled or get hijacked in our mind. And I can share it with you, but I don't want to scare anybody. So I know. So this is just what came out. And I always channel what I should be presenting on my channel for the day. So anyone who's being consumed by their thoughts, stop. Burn it. Write it down and burn it. Fire is an element. That's helping you ground your emotions, okay? Get them out rather than inward. That's how you can get them out. And then be open to solutions. And that is what I got today during my channel message for my channel. All right, so we're going to start this off with, we're going to pull from this deck, Shadow Is, which Shadow does, Random Thoughts and Rants. Could be a message, could be some random thoughts, could be some rants. Let's just see what it is, right? All right. Here we go. One more time with this chunky deck. All right. All right, Spirit. Give us a message that goes with this wonderful channeling message we got today for the general. So this fear is not real. This fear is 3D illusion. I release it now. I choose love instead. So if you're dealing with anxiety, fear, any of that, place your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in. And you can say that prayer. This fear is not real. This fear is 3D illusion. I release it now. I choose love instead. Let's get another card. Ooh. Progress over perfection. Okay, being a perfectionist, all that does is make you a critic. Okay, you criticize yourself and you'll criticize others. There's no such thing as a perfect person or living a perfect life. All we can do is do our best. Okay, because what that's gonna do is it's gonna, like I said, you're gonna be a critic. You'll be criticizing yourself and others. So progress over perfection is more better. You know, take baby steps. I was a perfectionist myself until I went within, and as you can see, nothing here is perfect. Okay, these are cards that I put together myself that'll one day be on cards. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. We are going to pull from the deck. Daily healing messages. Let's see what we get. Holy Spirit, what is the message for this today? Be open to solutions. Do not be consumed by your thoughts. Progress over perfection. Okay? And we got the color red, which is associated with the root chakra, which is associated with... Oops. Oh my goodness. I guess no, it's not meant for us to discuss that right now. Right, let's get into this. Spirit says, sit down. All right. All right, Spirit, you're being bossy. Okay, here we go. Let's get a message. So stay grounded, okay? Earth's element. Elements will ground you. Ooh, goodness. All right. When someone shows you their true colors, don't try to repaint them. See it for what it is, an illusion. And when you see that illusion, the mask falls. Use it as a stepping stool. And usually shadows will use colors, okay? Don't repaint them when someone shows you their true colors, their true shadow self, okay? Don't try to repaint it, because then you're going to put yourself on could be a karmic relationship. I mean, you'll just put yourself on a really bad path, because when someone shows you their true colors, take it as it is. That's who they are. We're going to pull from the deck higher beings of light messages or advice. So this is pretty cool. Not so bad. I'm picking up on someone who is a perfectionist. Yeah, your hair is pretty, by the way. I'm picking up on someone that has really pretty hair. It really is looks perfect, but we all know that that's just not how it is. It's bringing you a lot of fear. So just be open to solutions, okay? When someone shows you their true colors, let them go. Do not be consumed by your thoughts. Whatever you're thinking, sit quietly, write it out, burn it if you have to, because our thoughts can be hijacked by dark forces. What we're brought up to say is the devil. Yeah. Okay. So just know that if you are experiencing a negative emotion or negative thought, ask yourself, why am I thinking this? Like you got to catch yourself when you're getting a negative thought, because that's gonna shift your vibration and your frequency. And whatever you put up yesterday for you, it's going to be delayed because of the negative thought. Okay, the negative energy that puts you on a different frequency. So stay grounded. Yeah. When we face hardships in life, it's important to push the shadow aside.
If you were well done, I'd probably look.
Because the fear that comes from shadow, that is where the shadow will stop you from going on a healing journey for transformation. Not only that, your progress. Shadow is perfection. It wants to be perfect all the time, but it's not. It's far from perfect. Trust your inner wisdom and have faith in yourself. Step forward on your life path with faith and courage. So have faith and courage moving forward. Okay, so if you're dealing with a little bit of anxiety and fear, it's okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Let it go. Let it go. All right, we're going to pull from this deck. We're cleaning out the shadow. Inner psyche prompts. And I'm picking up on an energy that's dealing with a lot of fear. Just be open to solutions. What you do is you ask questions for yourself, for your brain to answer. When you clog your brain with a bunch of, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that, and fear, you're overriding your whole system, nervous system, and you're cluttering your brain, your mind with a lot of intrusive thoughts. So don't be consumed by them. What you need to do is ask your brain a question, and allow your brain to answer it, because the brain only knows questions. It doesn't know anything else. That's why when you go to school to learn, at the end of whatever you're learning, you have to answer questions. You're being tested, because that's how the brain learns. It doesn't know anything else. It's how it's wired. All right. Let's pull some inner psyche prompts. We're going to ask the brain questions. And this is the way it heals. And the heart. What is something you wish you could do but haven't done because you felt afraid? What is fear? It's being afraid. So this is a good inner psyche prompt, because the card that came out was what you say when fear comes to you. This fear is not real. Okay? It's 3D illusion. That's how the 3D is. Earth is in the third dimension. That is how this dimension works. It's full of chaos, fear, anxiety, depression. I mean, look around. You know, death. I mean, this is what the fear is. 3D illusion is full of this type of chaos, because Earth's polarity poles are negative and positive. One cannot exist without the other, just like dark cannot exist without light. And light cannot exist without the dark, because dark was birthed from light. What makes you feel defensive? What are you trying to protect? So when you're feeling defensive, that's a trigger. So this is a really good card to ask your brain, your mind, okay? What are you trying to protect? What are you fearing that is happening? What's going to happen? Where were you and what were you doing the last time you felt truly at peace? Yeah, this is a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety on the table right now, which is nothing, okay? It can be easily healed. So that's the next card. So progress. over perfection. Okay? When you're going on a healing journey, there is nothing perfect about it. You have to embrace all of it, even the imperfection part of yourself, the dark part of you. That is your shadow self. That is the shadow self, how it operates. And let me tell you, the shadow needs love. And when you give it love, you're going to love it so much that you're going to love the shadow aspects of you, the imperfections of you, because you're going to know who you are. All of you. You're going to love all of you, as it should be. Okay, so Spirit wants me to pull another Shadow Is What Shadow Does card. Spirit is saying to pull another one. Alright, so we're going to pull another one. When shadow speaks, no, when my spirit speaks, when spirit speaks, I listen, okay? I trust my intuition. And you should too. Once you go on that healing journey, it's going to be on point. Your gifts are going to open up to you. All right, so let's get... Avoid blaming yourself for others. Instead, focus on solutions. Again, be open to solutions. That's what I meditated, channeled today. Be open to solutions. And the card came out. Clearly, someone is having problems. Avoid blaming others and yourself, okay? Instead, focus on solutions, which means ask your brain questions. Find the solutions. Because what this does is bring you fear. You're going to get fear because you're overstimulating the mind with what needs to be done. No. Ask it questions. Okay, what should I do next? Or how should I do this? Whatever these problems are that you need to find solutions to. You know what I do? What I do is when I'm going through a hardship or a challenge in life, I'll write down the challenge, and then I'll write down 6 things that I can do to solve it. Can I control it? Can I fix it? I write down 6 solutions. But if first I ask the question, okay, can I fix this? Can I control this? And if the answer is no, then I go to the second question, which is go with the flow. It's the solution for everything. Just go with the flow. Because you can't micromanage the universe. The universe is the universal law of attraction. That's the monad, pure consciousness. It doesn't have the concept of, oh, is this good or bad for you? Whatever your vibration is and your frequency that catches on up in the loop, in the realms, your frequency, what dial it's on, that is what's coming to you. So this is what Spirit means. Avoid blaming yourself for others. Instead, focus on solutions. Okay? We can't control other people. The only thing we can do is control ourselves. And if you're blaming yourself for others, then you need to stop people pleasing, and you need to stop and just be accountable for yourself. And on the top of the deck, we have anxiety. Okay. So that's what's coming out. Yeah. Be open to solutions. Do not be consumed by your thoughts, because your thoughts get hijacked. So whenever you have a negative thought, I want you to pull what I pull from this deck is what you're going to say every day that you get a negative thought, because it's not your thought. It's negative energy. Alright, let's do this. Let's see what comes out. It could be a message. It could be a solution. It could be an affirmation. Just depends what is needed. Alright? But whatever it is, I want you to take it, lock it, and put it in your pocket. Anytime you get a negative thought, this is what you're going to say. This is what this deck is for, is used for. Anytime you have a negative thought, this is what you say. I am asserting the mastery of my real self. I am present. And what this is saying, stay out of the past and stay out of your future. Stay in the present moment, because that is where you're going to get all your answers. You can't change the past, and the future is not here yet. So why worry about something that's not here? And why consume your thoughts with the past? It's done. It's over. It's what I'm picking up on. It's the energy I'm feeling. Okay? So that's what you're going to say. I'm being told to pull another one. Yeah. It happens. Just trust your inner wisdom. Have faith in yourself. Step forward on your life path with faith and courage. Okay? Step forward with faith and courage. You're going to be okay. Just avoid blaming others. Avoid blaming yourself for others. Okay? We can't control what other people are going to do to us. If we're nice to people, or we go into relationships with a positive attitude, and they do us dirty and wrong, don't blame yourself for that. That's their problem. They are the ones that did you wrong. Oh, wow. I forgive myself and move forward. I release and I let go. That goes with that card right there. Avoid blaming yourself for others. Instead, focus on solutions. All right. I think this was really, really nice. It all went well. Even with the channeled messages that I got today, it went well. When we face hardships in life, it's important to push the shadow aside. Fear comes from the shadow, okay? The shadow will stop you from your transformation, the healing journey. The shadow will do that if you allow it to. And I say don't, because the shadow needs light. The shadow needs healing. Because when you integrate it with your mind and your heart, and you heal the mind and the heart from all the clutter, and you'll know when you're healed, because the things that triggered you before don't bother you anymore. And guess what? Your purpose finds you, and your gifts. You're open to your higher self, and you're going to know why you're here, what your gifts. You could be a light worker. You could be an earth angel. You could be an empath. You could be... And light workers are witches, and I mean, you know, there's white witches, there's shadow witches, there's, you know, nature witches. There's all kinds of different witches. Witches doesn't mean that they're bad people. That's just what the colonists, you know, say. No. But they can go dark if they want. It's up to you. We have a light and we have a dark within us. That is the true essence of our free will. You have the free will to pick what side you're going to be on. And I choose Gaia. I choose Gaia and the Holy Spirit, Mother Belos, Father Universe, Monad, pure consciousness. That's what I choose, because everything came from that. Everything emanated from the Monad, pure consciousness. The Holy Spirit came from that. And the eons came from the Holy Spirit, Mother, Father. And the youngest eon, Sophia, which is wisdom, fell from the Pleroma, and when she was here on Earth, the Greek gods named her Gaia. And she was very powerful because she created the god. in the Hebrew Bible, and He created us. And that is how it happened. Okay. This could be you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And I'm picking up on you need to reset your nervous system. You need to get in water. Water is your element to staying grounded. You got to stay grounded, baby. Especially when you're going on a healing journey and you got all this fear and a lot of people around you that you're blaming in regards to what's going on in your life. When that happens, it's because you don't have any boundaries. Okay, once you set those boundaries in place, be open to solutions, and that's boundaries. You're going to feel better, and you're not going to be self-sabotaging yourself for others. Okay, do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm, especially when things don't work out for you. Step on your path with faith and courage. And I'm picking up on a lot of emotions. This could be, cups represent love. So it could be family, partner, friends, because we love those people, right? So take it how it resonates. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Water, water, water. Stay grounded. And this is going to be the end of your reading, the shadow reading. Please pay attention to your mind and your body and the messages it's trying to send you. Remember, thoughts, feelings, actions, emotions are energy in motion. And that energy goes up as a vibration. And that vibration latches on to a frequency. And if it's not a good frequency, you're going to continue to have turmoil and negativity around you that is literally going to keep triggering your fears, and continuing this blame game that you're on with a loved one. Okay? Do not be consumed by your thoughts, because our thoughts get hijacked due to the inner psyche, the mind being an open door, and negative energy will hijack it. They're like they're parasites. They're viruses that enter the mind and take over. Yeah. So I did get a red, and red is a fire element as well. So you could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay? All right. Stay grounded using Earth's element. Fire, earth, water, and air. Okay, so that's the end of this shadow reading. Please like and subscribe, and thank you.